Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Yeshi Chonzong. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 28th of July. US Secretary of State Blinken holds talks with Indian Foreign Minister in New Delhi. Taliban delegation visits China to discuss security, says spokesperson Mohammad Naeem. And Harappan Era city in western India listed among UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And now for all the details. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who is on a two-day visit to India, met his Indian counterpart S. J. Shankar and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval in capital New Delhi on Wednesday. Blinken and J. Shankar held discussions on a range of bilateral and regional issues, including rapidly changing situation in Afghanistan, Indo-Pacific and health collaboration to combat COVID, among others. Blinken also called on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi later in the day. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who is on his maiden visit to India, met Indian Foreign Minister S. J. Shankar in New Delhi on Wednesday and held delegation-level talks aimed at bolstering bilateral ties after meeting National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. The talks covered an extensive agenda that included the rapidly evolving security situation in Afghanistan, ways to boost Indo-Pacific engagement and enhancing COVID-19 response efforts, among others. Blinken stressed on collaboration and cooperation between the two countries during the talks. In a joint presser after the meeting, Jaishankar said in the discussions both sides focused on expanding vaccine production to make it globally affordable and accessible. Both sides discussed regional security issues, including Afghanistan.
Among the many issues that we looked at, I would specifically note Afghanistan, the Indo-Pacific, and the Gulf. Regarding Afghanistan, it is essential that peace negotiations are taken seriously by all parties. The world wishes to see an independent, sovereign, democratic and stable Afghanistan, at peace with itself and with its neighbors.
Blinken said India and US share strong interest in peaceful, secure and stable Afghanistan, and attacks by the Taliban on civilians as US troops pull out of Afghanistan are deeply troubling.
Yes, certainly what we're seeing on the ground in the last week is the Taliban making advances on district centers, challenging some provincial capitals. We've also seen these reports of atrocities committed by the Taliban in areas that it's taken over that are deeply troubling, and certainly do not speak well to the Taliban's intentions for the country as a whole.
Blinken called on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi later in the day during his visit as the China rivals seek to deepen their cooperation and iron out differences. It is Blinken's first visit to India after assuming charge as the US Secretary of State and the third by a high-ranking Biden administration official after it came to power in January. Flash floods triggered by cloud burst and heavy rainfall killed over a dozen in hilly areas of India's Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh state on Wednesday. Rescue operations were underway across the Himalayan region as several people were reportedly missing.
Flash floods triggered by cloudbursts killed at least 7 people in Kishtwar district of India's Jammu and Kashmir, while several houses and infrastructure was damaged in Kargil district of the Union Territory of Ladakh due to the natural calamity on Wednesday. Authorities said rescue and relief operations had been initiated to find over 30 persons who were missing following the cloudburst in Kishtwar. Visuals showed torrents of water sweeping down a narrow valley in Kargil, where 2 cloudbursts occurred. However, no casualties were reported till the last reports came in. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a tweet said that the central government is closely monitoring the situation in both Kishtwar and Kargil and all possible assistance is being provided.
एरिया में दक्षिण तहसील में ये एक एरिया पड़ता है होंजर, वहाँ पे क्लाउड बर्स्ट हुआ है जिसमें काफ़ी जानी और माली नुकसान हुआ है। तो अभी हम वहीं के लिए जा रहे हैं और कुछ रिलीफ मटेरियल लेके भी जा रहे हैं।
Meanwhile, at least 9 people were reportedly killed and 7 were missing in flash floods triggered by heavy rains in Kullu and Lahaul Spiti districts of India's northern Himachal Pradesh state on Wednesday. India Meteorological Department has predicted heavy to very heavy rainfall will continue in hilly areas of northern India this week.
Moving on, senior leaders of opposition Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Party on Tuesday said they reject the outcome of July 25 assembly polls in Pakistan-administered Kashmir and will launch massive protest and expose pre-poll rigging. Demonstrations have already erupted in the illegally occupied region by locals and political activists after the poll results were announced, which declared Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan's party as victorious.
Senior leaders of opposition PMLN Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Party on Tuesday blamed votes were stolen by distributing money and alleged irregularities in the electoral process in July 25 assembly poll in the illegally occupied region. Addressing a press conference, the PMLN leaders including Shahid Khaqan Abbasi and Ehsan Iqbal said they will soon launch massive protest against the pre-poll rigging and election results which declare Pakistan PM Imran Khan's ruling Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party as victorious.
थैले खोलो, जहां जहां रीकाउंटिंग की दरखास्त दी गई है, क्यों उसको मुस्तरद किया जा रहा है, चोरी पकड़ी जाएगी। ये आजाद कश्मीर के अवाम के मैंडेट पे जो डाका डाला गया है, इसको हम मुस्तरद करते हैं।
This comes as protests have already erupted across Pakistan-administered Kashmir against the election results, alleging pre-poll rigging. In a pro-freedom protest on Monday, clashes were reported between security forces and locals, in which at least 2 people were killed and several wounded.
Pakistan has reopened the major southwestern border crossing Chaman-Spin Boldak with Afghanistan that is currently under Taliban control on the Afghan side. Pakistani customs officials said, allowing over 100 trucks carrying goods to cross into Afghanistan. This came hours after 46 Afghan soldiers sought refuge in Pakistan after losing control of military positions across the border following advances by Taliban insurgents. The soldiers returned to Afghanistan in the early hours of Tuesday.
Pakistan on Monday reopened southwestern Chaman-Spin Boldak crossing with Afghanistan that is currently under Taliban control on the Afghan side, Pakistani custom officials said, allowing over 100 trucks carrying goods to cross into Afghanistan. Arif Kakkad, a senior official of the Chaman border district, said Pakistan resumed Afghan transit trade, which had been suspended. The Chaman-Spin Boldak crossing, a key port for landlocked Afghanistan, had been closed by Pakistan for commercial traffic since fierce fighting for control of the crossing erupted between Taliban insurgents and Afghan security forces earlier this month.
نو بس په دغه رفتار کې ان شاء الله چې ولاړ شو د خیره واو ډیره خامخاسته په خو حالات خراب دي ډیره خامخاسته خو موږ دای مجبور یې نن 14 شپې کېږي دلته بل روزګار نشته دغه بارډر دی بل دلته هیڅ شی هم نشته.
The reopening came hours after 46 Afghan soldiers sought refuge in Pakistan after losing control of military positions further north along the border following advances by Taliban insurgents taking advantage of foreign forces' withdrawal. The Pakistan Army in a statement said the soldiers returned to Afghanistan in the early hours of Tuesday. Hundreds of Afghan soldiers and civil officials have fled to neighboring Tajikistan, Iran and Pakistan in recent weeks after Taliban offensives in border areas. Relations between neighbors Afghanistan and Pakistan have taken a sharp downturn in recent weeks, particularly over repeated allegations by Kabul that Pakistan is backing the Taliban, a charge Islamabad denies.
A 9-member Taliban delegation is on a 2-day visit to China where they met with the foreign minister for talks on the peace process and security issues, the group's spokesperson Mohammad Naeem said on Wednesday. Politics, economy and issues related to the security of both countries and the current situation of Afghanistan and the peace process were discussed in the meetings. Naeem tweeted, "Security in Afghanistan, with which China shares a border, has been deteriorating fast as the United States withdraws its troops by September. The Taliban has launched a flurry of offensives, taking districts and border crossings around the country, while peace talks in Qatar's capital have not made substantive progress. Meanwhile, Ambassador of Afghanistan to Sri Lanka, M. Ashraf Haidery, condoled the death of Afghanistan's popular comedian Nazar Mohammed, popularly known as Kasha Zwan, who was reportedly killed by the Taliban following his abduction and subsequent torture. A video doing rounds on social media shows that Nazar Mohammed was slapped several times before he was killed. According to reports, Zwan was killed on Friday when the Taliban captured some areas in Kandahar. However, Taliban has denied any involvement. In news from Bangladesh, heavy monsoon rains triggered landslides and flooding in refugee camps in southern Bangladesh on Tuesday, killing at least 6 Rohingya Muslims. The Bangladesh Weather Office has predicted heavy rainfall to continue for the next few days, which could overwhelm the situation in overcrowded refugee settlements.
At least 6 Rohingya Muslims, including children, were killed and several others injured on Tuesday after heavy monsoon rains triggered landslides and flooding in refugee camps in southern Bangladesh. Visuals showed houses in Balokhali refugee camp submerged in flood water while heavy rainfall continued to pour down. Mohammad Shamsuddoza, a senior Bangladesh government official in charge of refugees, said 5 people died in landslides and a child was swept away by flooding after days of heavy rain. Ono Van Menon, country director of child rights organization Save the Children Bangladesh, said 2 children were killed on Tuesday after a rain-soaked hill collapsed on top of their shelter, burying them underneath. Rohingya refugees who fled a military crackdown in Myanmar in 2017 mostly live in shacks made of bamboo and plastic sheets that cling to steep, bare hills, and flooding has further worsened their living conditions. The Bangladesh weather official said it expected heavy rains to continue for the next few days.
The UNESCO has declared the archaeological site of Dholavira, a Harappan-era city in western India, as a World Heritage Site. According to experts, the site was a commercial and manufacturing hub for 1500 years before the decline of the Indus Valley civilization.
United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization or UNESCO on Tuesday declared India's Harappan excavation site from Indus Valley Civilization era in western Gujarat state as a heritage site. Discovered in 1968 by archaeologist Jagat Patil Joshi, Dholavira is the first excavation site from Indus Valley Civilization in India to get the World Heritage tag. According to experts, this site was a commercial and manufacturing hub for 1500 years before the decline of Indus Valley Civilization. It was considered the 5th largest metropolis of the civilization.
डेवलपमेंट करना पड़ेगा, उस साइट को फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट करने की भी ज़रूरत है. जो आज सिर्फ 25% जितना उत्खनन किया है, हमको उसको ज़्यादा उत्खनन करना पड़ेगा. इसके इर्द गिर्द जो कल्चरल डेवलपमेंट और विलेज का डेवलपमेंट वो भी करना पड़ेगा.
The site contains fortification with walls made of sandstones and limestone. It also has some reservoirs, marketplace, 9 gates with unique designs, among other things. Unlike other Harappan sites, Dholavira has no human mortal remains.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/AsAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @AsAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.